thing I've been hearing, and I think it's a valid thing to talk about, but I've got a bigger concern here. I've been really shocked to see how aggressive people have gone after the president for bringing an American soldier home, and it seems like there's a narrative forming, and I want you to tell me if I'm wrong. The narrative is, let's take this guy, this soldier that we got home, diminish him, turn him into some kind of a caricature. We don't know if he's a traitor, say these negative things about him, insult his family, and then take the 5 that we're releasing, build them up into this mega threat against us, and then say that the President of the United States is a traitor who turned in a traitor to let out our enemies. Is that the kind of Benghaziization of this that you think is appropriate for Republicans?
It's not. But we need to deal with the facts. But you have to ask the question, why didn't the president work with Congress? Because a lot of this could have been covered. And I think those questions would have been answered up front. That's the right way to approach it.
Well, yeah, and in fact, Senator Dianne Feinstein also said today that she wishes the president had come to her. Senator Whitehouse.
That's why I think that it would have been appropriate for the administration to go to the chairman and ranking members of the Intelligence and Armed Services Committees on the House and Senate side. And I haven't been read into how very delicate these negotiations were and why they felt that was not appropriate.
Right.
But as a general proposition, I think they would have saved themselves a fair amount of grief if they had read some of our colleagues who had the appropriate committee position into what was going on.
And that we agree.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so if we all agree then that the president probably went about this the wrong way in not informing at least some members of Congress to this, and we agree, I think, that we just released 5 high-level terrorists. No one argues that these are not great guys that we just released. And I think we can agree that there are some questions around Bo Bergdahl's commitment to service and commitment to his unit. I'm not
sure those are fair yet. I think that it's way too early to turn on an American in uniform who's been in enemy hands for 5 years and start trashing him. The military has a way of sorting through these details. If he is to be subject to military discipline, let's have that work itself out in the appropriate channels.
Sure, but Senator, I'm not trashing him.
This TV show should not be.
Members of the military are talking publicly about their concerns that Bo Bergdahl
not people in the official chain of command who are responsible for this. They're just voices out there.